and some other grammatical structures. But here in this anti-test preparation, we'll go through things in a bit different way. By different, I mean that they, like I said, they won't be asking us to write sentences about some grammar, but they will be asking us to find error. Okay, the grammar portion comes into sentence completion, especially, but it is also important when we are talking about reading comprehension, when we are talking about some other parts of the test, because if you are unable to understand a certain sentence because of its grammar, then there would be a problem. For instance, I'm going to write a sentence and we'll see that how that sentence goes. The sentence is, if I had not come the way I will not have reached where I am. Okay. In this sentence, you can see that there are a few things that we need to understand. Firstly, we need to see that what kind of tense it is. Okay. Tense is important. You need to say that whether it is a present tense or a past tense or a future tense, and why we are using it. Okay, and how to identify a certain tense. Okay, how can we find out that a certain sentence is talking about present or past or a future. For example, in this case, we can see that the sentence has certain verbs. Okay, so one of the way to find out about a tense is to know which verb are we using. We see this is one of the form of verb that we have. The other is this one, and then this one. These are three different forms of verb that we have used. Now, which one is like what is what? That we need to first of all find out. Had not come. Okay, this is basically past perfect tense. Okay, and how is it past perfect tense? It is because in past perfect tense, the idea is when we talk about past perfect, we use had plus third form of verb. Okay, that's the idea. You need to keep in your view that when you are talking about past perfect, it should have had as a helping verb or auxiliary verb, and then it should have third form of a verb. Uh, one more example could be I had completed my work, for example. The problem with past perfect is that we cannot identify past perfect just by one sentence. Okay, because the same sentence, like I had completed my work, I can write or express the same idea also by saying I completed my work. Okay, how can we figure out that we need to use either past perfect tense or past simple tense? Like, what's the idea of it? If I say I had completed my work or I say I completed my work, how can I be sure that which one is the suitable one? Therefore, we say that past perfect tense in most of the cases comes in comparison with past simple tense. Okay, so a better sentence would be a combination of past simple and a past perfect one. For instance, we can say uh, before I went out, I had completed my work. Now, here it is easy to understand that there is one action that happened before another action, because past basically is a past of past. Okay, we can also understand this by drawing a timeline. For example, this is present. Okay, this point is present, this is past, and this goes to the future. Okay, this timeline can help us understand that there is one action that happened in the past. For example, I went out, but before this went out, there is another action. So there are like two actions: went out and had completed my work. In comparison to that, we can understand that one action happened before another action. Okay, so past perfect, like I said, is had plus third form of verb, one thing, and it is normally there in comparison with some other tense, especially with the past tense. Okay, if we get back to our example, we'll see that our sentence is I if I had not come the way I came, if I had not come the way, I will not have reached where I am. Now, if we are using past perfect tense here, okay, this is past perfect. Now, there is no way, there is no way we can use will here. Okay, it's not a possibility. Why it's not a possibility? Because past perfect cannot come with future tense. Will is representing future. Okay, so we have to think of the past of this will. Will, if it is used in past, it changes into would. Okay, so this would be like I would not have. Now, again, this is first form of a verb, and first form of a verb shows that either it is a present tense or it is a tense which is used as with modal verb in support of a modal verb. By modal verb we mean all those words like can, could, may, might, should, uh, will, even with them we use first form of a verb. Like we say, I can work, I might come tomorrow, uh, I need to go out, I must study hard, stuff like that. So if you are using would not here and then we are using have, we need to change it into third form of a verb. Okay, now this goes into past, and because of past perfect it has to be past tense. Now this makes sense, but what about am? Again, am is showing present tense. Okay, so if we have past perfect and we have past simple tense, there is no way we can use present simple here. Okay, this has to change as well. We have to use have here. This have is showing a half of the tense basically. This is something like this: if I had not come the way, I would not have reached where I where I have reached. But because we don't want to repeat the same verb, okay, so we won't be using it. we'll just stop at have.